Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I've got a new product today that I'm going to introduce. This is the new 13.6-inch A-Car Tesla style screen for the Maserati Granturismo and CarPlay. This is a brand new. This is all in piano black, and you'll see that it now is a one piece, including the side of the dash that goes over the glove box. Very, very, very nice. So I'm going to go over all the features and benefits and also all the connections and give a little demo. We'll go ahead and power it up. And I'm going to show you the boot up. Now this is a boot up screen that I put on. I will show you how to do that. You could do this on any of the Tesla style screens. So just to kind of go over while we're waiting for it to boot up, it does come in two pieces. You'll see a small, very tight seam right here. And here in a little bit, when I flip it over, you'll see that it how it attaches and everything. It does come with the unlock, door unlock and lock, and the hazard buttons. The only thing you have to transfer over is your sport button and your ice, park off, and your traction control. There's your four buttons there. You have to transfer that over. So like I say, this is a direct replacement of your screen. So you actually install this as all as one unit. Okay, here's the home screen. This is the main home screen that it comes with. And I'm going to show you some tricks on how to customize this. Now just remember, this is an Android based unit, so you could fully customize any way you want this thing to look. So when it comes, if you want to move things around, you could do that. Now one big thing that's really, really neat on this, it's got LED lights. It's got like starlights and LED lights that change, and it's fully customizable. I'm going to go over all that too. You could have that shut off too, so it's off. But when you want it on, want a little cool display, you should sure turn it on. This is the fourth style of head unit that I carry now, and I'm going to go do a separate video, and I'm going to compare all the head units and all the different styles, and I'm going to go over everything that I carry, and we'll go over the differences and everything. Now, this is just a little bit bigger than the 10.5-inch screen that I sell. That just comes in one piece. So what they did, in order to get it to this size, they had to make a complete dash for it so it sits flush and will fit in that space. I'm going to go over the lighting display here, which is really cool. So this has an app called Atmosphere Amp, and you could go in and you could fully customize this. Now I'm going to turn this all the way down so it's not too bright. So as you can see, it's kind of just a blue color right now. Now this is a This is all clear coated. It's piano black and it's clear coated. So it has all these little holes and stuff, I guess clear holes. So on the dash itself, it kind of looks like it has fish eyes. Overall, the finish is very nice, but it looks like it has fish eyes. And what that is, for all the holes there, they kind of in a little bit. So there's just a little bit of a texture. Now, I do have a matte black one coming, and I'm going to see how that looks and everything, and I'll do a video on it when it gets here. It should be here in a few days, so next week. So, okay, let's go over some of the different things that this does. Now you could, we'll go over to the settings first. In the settings, obviously you could shut it off. You could completely shut it off, and then you could turn it on. Okay, so on and off. The uniform color, you could change it. And then the brightness, obviously you could go super bright, or you could go dimmer. And then these are all your settings, all the different things you could do. So just a plethora of different things. So you could do, it's kind of a rolling color. Right now it's kind of dim. It's kind of light in here, so it's hard to see. But you could just do all sorts of different combinations and things with this, which is just really, really cool. We'll turn the brightness up on it so we can see it a little better. So that's kind of putting out a bunch of different deals. I mean, like, you know, you could go all over, so many different deals, and a lot of these are there's some that are. So I'm slapping my knees right now. So this would go like with like the music and stuff, which is really cool. But just tons of different displays and stuff. You can have them rolling, rhythm. I mean, just so it's just awesome. Pretty cool what you could do with it. Different designs. You have one that'll kind of just have all sorts of different colors. You have some that it'll fade. There's one it's called Breathe, so it kind of just goes in and out, bright, and then fades out. So I mean, it's really cool. This is actually really, really neat. I really think this is going to look sharp in the car. So when we get it in the car, we'll go ahead and go over a bunch more of this stuff, and we won't spend too much more time on there. So let's go ahead. Okay, I'm going to go over everything that comes with this unit and how to wire it and everything. It's really not that difficult. So how it comes, it'll come in two pieces. So this section over here of the dash will be unattached. Now it's very easy. It fits in. It's got two tabs here, and it fits in, and it fits in really, really tight. So there's a very little small seam visible from the front. So here's the two wires that go to the LEDs. They're all the LEDs in there. And then your basic unit right here. The only thing, like I say, the only thing you have to transfer over is going to be your sport button right here. So you just take yours out, screw it in there. Now, one quirky thing, there is a chrome bezel in there that comes with the unit, and it was actually installed upside down, so I had to pop it out, flip it around, and put it in. So if anybody gets this and their buttons are not fitting and they're sticking and everything, just pop that out, flip it around, stick it back on, and screw it down. You don't have to glue it. You don't have to do anything. In fact, I just screwed it down and everything's nice and tight. So just kind of a little side note there. When you get it, if for some reason your buttons don't quite fit, you just flip that around. So, okay. We'll kind of go over the wiring now. Obviously, you're going to get a reverse cam. This does support a front cam, and it comes with the rear cam, so it does support the front cam. You're going to get antennas that you screw on. Now, it does come with two You only really need to use one. I'm not sure if it was a mistake that they sent two, or you have the option to use two of these type antennas instead of the 4G one. So you have 4G on here. So usually the stick one here will go onto the 4G. Or you could use this antenna here. But this antenna is the Wi-Fi antenna. So it'll go right here. That's to pick up your Wi-Fi. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and put that on real quick. Like that. And I'm going to leave the 4G antenna that'll screw on right here. I'm just going to leave that off just so we don't get so many wires around. So, and then you see you have the GPS, okay, and it comes with a GPS antenna. And if you don't know, you will now, that I sell an adapter that goes onto the GPS thing, and then this plugs into your factory GPS antenna. And it'll be blue, so you go blue to blue. Very simple. This is nice. I sell these on my website. Makes it so you don't have to run another piece of wiring. You just use the factory one. Okay, so that does not come with the unit. That's sold separate. Okay, moving on. Obviously, you're going to get a CAN bus, and this is your main wiring harness. And the CAN bus is going to plug right into there. Okay, so the main harness is pretty simple. You're just going to plug it in right here. Snap it in there. Okay, and you're going to see these two auxiliary RCAs here. You won't use these. Now, as everybody knows, you always want to tape these up. So these always want, every RCA that is not being used, you need to tape them up to prevent any noise, okay? So what you get here, you'll see there's a little connector right here. Well, this is going to go down here in this little spot here. So we'll plug it in, snap it in. Okay, and then you'll see this connector right here, and I'll show this on the car when I install it on the car. But this is going to be your for your climate control. So this will plug right into your factory climate control. And one thing I always stress, before removing your climate control, it must be 100% off. So you shut your OEM climate control off using your fan button. So it is a blank green screen, and then you shut the car off, and you could remove your OEM climate control. You could unplug it. But just remember, if you don't do that, you're going to have problems. Okay. So after you have that plugged in, well, this is your radio antenna, okay? And that's a black end, so you're going to plug it right into there. And then this black end right here, you're going to find the white round one, so it's going to be with the GPS. The GPS is blue, the antenna is white, and then you're going to have a gray one. You will not use the gray one. Just tuck it behind the dash there. Okay, so let's go ahead and plug the LED in. So this is a little box here, and you'll see it's got a little mic in here. This is going to be sound sensitive, so you could do it so it moves with the music and stuff, which is really neat. And I'll demonstrate that later when it's installed in the car. So this just plugs into the back of the display right here. Okay. And then these two connectors will go into these two connectors. We have all the connections made now, and I'll kind of go over everything just so we have everything down. So there's going to be 3 ports that are open if you use everything. Now I have everything taped up. You'll see that these are not taped up for the RCAs that are going to go to an amp or something like that, and then the mic, I'm not going to use that. So I'm actually going to remove that. I'm not going to install this. I'll just have it, you know, I'm never going to add any amps or anything, so I'm not going to have that installed. So I have the camera, the one marked camera, that is for the reverse cam, and then I have the aux in for the front cam, and they're undone. And then these two red and white male RCAs that come out of the main harness, I have those. So I have the CAN bus plugged in, and then you'll see I'll have the little connector down here plugged in. Those are the sensors for your climate control, and then this is going to be your climate control connector. And I'm going to show you a little trick. I'm going to have it run down to the side, so if I ever need access to that, I would have access to it. So I think I got everything connected. We're ready to put this in. The only thing I'll have to connect is the connector for the door lock, and then the connector for the sport button. So when you get it in your car, the only connections you're going to use from the factory is the main harness and the climate control. All this other stuff is all brand new. So you'll have some wires that are left over that you're not going to use. Now you'll see that I'm not going to use this. This is you could find the connector inside your car that you unplug from your head unit, and that runs the USB in your glove box. I'm not gonna use that because I have it run to my cigarette lighter. But you can retain your factory USB in your glove box if you want by using this cable, but I'm not going to do that. So, all right, we'll go get this installed. We're going to go over the connections that you're going to use and the only connections you're going to use in this car. So from the factory, obviously you have your sport mode, your buttons, your connector. That's the last thing that you want to hook up. And then you have this is your GPS antenna, your factory one, if you choose to use that. And then of course your main harness. And I have my antenna wire already connected, but you're going to find the white round one. It's going to be right next to the blue one. That's going to be for your radio antenna. Now there's going to be a third one in here. I'm not sure if I could find it. That's going to be gray. You're not going to use it, and then you're going to have this silver one, metal one that you're not going to use. It's going to come up there. Just tuck those all away. And then you're gonna have this is your climate control, okay, and then this is your door lock. So that's all you're gonna retain. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things you're going to retain, and then 6 if you retain the GPS, if you want to use the factory GPS. Now one thing I'm going to do is this is the connector for the climate control. What I'm going to do, I'm going to run it down to just the little side panel here on the side. That way, just in case if I ever need any access to it, it'll be a quick plug and unplug. I don't think you should ever need it, but I'm going to put it there just so it's a quick connect down there. So I have it down there now, and that's where I'll make the connection. I'll fish the other one through there, make the connection, and there it is. And then I have this is my rear cam, and then my front cam wire is right over here. So I have the front and rear cam that I have to do. Now the USB port, the USB plug, I'm gonna run. You have full access. You can stick your hand in here and run it clear inside the dash. Sorry, it's kind of dark in here. And then you could, I run my USB cords right through the top of the glove box. And then, now I do have a connector, a USB connector right there in where the ashtray is, where the cigarette lighter was. So that's what those are. I actually run these into there. I haven't run my new line USBs, but I make connection in here, and then I have a dash cam to a USB dash cam that runs in there. So there's several options you could do. You could always add those later. It's really easy to drop that side if you want to add something in there. So all right, we'll go ahead and bring the dash in and get her mounted up. Okay guys, we have it all installed and it really looks amazing. Now I installed the matte black one and it turned out really nice. The lights on the dash behind there are really cool. It's nice you could turn them off so you can't even tell they're there. One thing I did do is there are 2 screen protectors, so I pulled the first screen protector off and then I was looking at the screen and I thought there was dirt in between it. Well, there's a second screen protector, so there's 2 screen protectors that come on this when you get it, so you need to peel both of those off. Man, it does look nice though. Goes really well with the cluster. I'm going to do another video on the full demo of this because the video is getting a little bit long. The install went really well. I didn't have any real problems. Fitment is really good. The only issue I see is between the trim, this trim here, and this dash. There's just a little bit of a gap right there. You know, it's probably hard to get this absolutely perfect as far as gap. I even kind of loosened the bolts and pushed it up a little bit. So what I think I'll probably do is get a felt pipe and just put it in there all the way to about right there and just kind of tuck it in, and that should fill that gap nicely. But other than that, the fitment was really, really good. There was no issues of getting it in. I'm very, very pleased with it. Everything works very well so far. And like I say, I'll do a full demo of the head unit, working with the cluster and stuff, so we don't get this video too long. But other than that, I'm pretty impressed. So I will be running this probably through the spring. I think I'm going to leave it in for quite a while. I really do like it. If you have any questions, you could contact me at Caymanspyder@gmail.com. All my information is linked below. My website, you could purchase this. It is available for sale right now. And this does come in a 64 gigabyte, a 128, and a 256 gigabyte. So you have lots of different options and stuff on it. Also the piano black, as I showed before, and carbon fiber. I should be getting a carbon fiber one pretty soon. This whole thing will be carbon fiber all the way around. There won't be any starlights on it, but it'll be like a one-piece carbon fiber. There'll be a lot of carbon fiber. Well, this is going to wrap up this video. We'll do another video doing a complete demo of everything and how the lights work and how the radio and everything works. But for now, we will catch you later.